For years, we've all heard the same warning. Eggs are little cholesterol bombs, just waiting to wreck your heart health, right? It's a message that's been hammered into us for decades. So, I decided to put that to the test. Not with one egg a day, but with 3 whole eggs, every single day, for 30 days straight. That's 90 eggs in a month. I tracked my weight, my energy, my hunger, and to get the undeniable truth, I had my blood work done before and after. My doctor ordered the tests and the results. Well, they weren't what either of us expected. The numbers told a story that really challenges the old school thinking, and it might just change how you look at your breakfast. So, why on earth would anyone triple down on such a controversial food? Honestly, I was just frustrated. One minute, eggs are the enemy. The next, they're a superfood. I wanted to see for myself what the real, measurable impact would be on my own body. My energy levels were all over the place, and I'd often hit that dreaded afternoon slump. I was curious if a high-protein breakfast could fix that. I'd also seen research suggesting that eggs help you feel full, what scientists call satiety, which can help with managing weight. And I wanted to see if that was true for me. The plan was simple, but I was strict about it. 3 large, whole eggs, every single day, for 30 days. No cheating. To make sure this was a true test of the eggs themselves, I kept the rest of my diet and my workout routine exactly the same. This wasn't a lifestyle overhaul, it was an isolated experiment. The most important part was the data. Before I ate a single egg, I went to my doctor for a full blood panel. We measured my total cholesterol, my LDL, the bad cholesterol, my HDL, the good cholesterol, and my triglycerides. I also logged my starting weight and jotted down some notes on my usual energy and hunger patterns. For 30 days, I scrambled, poached, and hard-boiled my way through it all to keep things from getting boring. And at the end of the 30 days, I went back for the exact same set of blood tests. The first week was surprisingly easy. I actually like eggs, so starting my day with a real breakfast felt like a treat. The most immediate change I noticed was my hunger, or lack thereof. Normally, by 11 a.m., my stomach is rumbling. But with 3 eggs in the tank, that feeling of fullness was no joke. It turns out, research backs this up. The high protein content in eggs is known to boost satiety. I was sailing through the morning without even thinking about snacks, and at lunchtime, I found myself eating smaller portions. My experience seemed to perfectly mirror studies which have found that an egg breakfast can reduce your calorie intake at the next meal compared to a carb-heavy one. By week 2, I was in a rhythm. The energy boost was real. Instead of that mid-morning slump, I felt a steady, sustained level of alertness. But then the challenge of variety started to kick in. Let's be honest, 3 scrambled eggs can get old, fast. I started getting creative with omelets packed with spinach and mushrooms or dropping poached eggs on avocado toast. This brings up a super important point that often gets lost in the egg debate. What you eat with your eggs makes all the difference. Frying them in butter and serving them with bacon is a completely different nutritional story than poaching them and pairing them with veggies. The health impact isn't just about the egg, it's about the whole plate. Entering the second half of the month, I was in a solid groove. My body had fully adapted, my workouts felt strong, and my mental clarity, especially in the mornings, was noticeably sharper. This might be connected to one of the most underrated nutrients packed in egg yolks, choline. Choline is a powerhouse nutrient for brain health, playing a key role in memory and muscle control. A single large egg can provide a significant chunk of your daily choline needs, so I was getting a great dose every single day. While my 30-day experiment isn't a clinical trial, I definitely felt more focused. During these weeks, I thought a lot about the cholesterol fear that started this whole thing. It felt bizarre to be feeling so good while knowingly eating what I'd been told was a risky amount of dietary cholesterol somewhere in the ballpark of 550 to 600 milligrams a day, way over the old 300 milligram guideline. This experiment stopped being just about sticking to a plan. It was about facing a nutritional belief I'd held my whole life. I was genuinely torn between being anxious and incredibly excited to see what my final blood work would show. Before we get to my results, let's break down the science, because this is where the old myth starts to unravel. The big misunderstanding comes from confusing the cholesterol in your food with the cholesterol in your blood. For the longest time, the thinking was, eat more cholesterol, get higher blood cholesterol. But it's not that simple. For many people, that direct link isn't as strong as we once believed. The real villains for raising bad cholesterol, or LDL, are now understood to be saturated and trans fats. Your liver actually makes most of the cholesterol in your body, and when you eat a lot of saturated fat, it tells your liver to ramp up LDL production. This is why the bacon and butter served with your eggs are often a bigger concern than the eggs themselves. It's also important to remember that not everyone's body reacts the same way. Some people are considered hyper-responders, and their cholesterol levels are more sensitive to dietary cholesterol. This is why a one-size-fits-all rule doesn't really work. On top of that, some studies suggest that for some people, eggs can help increase HDL, the good cholesterol that helps clear excess cholesterol out of your arteries. Eggs are also packed with nutrients like vitamin D and B12, plus the antioxidants lutein and zeaxanthin, which are great for eye health. When you throw out the yolk, you're tossing out most of this good stuff. All right, the moment of truth. After 30 days and 90 eggs, I sat down with my doctor to go over the before and after numbers. And honestly, they were stunning. First, my weight. I wasn't trying to lose weight, but I had dropped 4 pounds. This was almost certainly because of how full the eggs kept me. I was just naturally eating less during the day without even trying, a finding that lines up with tons of research on high-protein breakfasts. Now for the main event, cholesterol. I was bracing myself for bad news. My total cholesterol before the experiment was a healthy one, 88 mg/dl. After 30 days of eating 3 eggs a day, my total cholesterol was 192 mg/dl, a totally insignificant change. But that's not even the whole story. The real shock was in the details. My LDL, the bad cholesterol I was so worried about, went from 110 mg/dl down to 108 mg/dl. It actually went down. Meanwhile, my HDL, the good cholesterol, jumped from 50 mg/dl to 60 mg/dl. That's a fantastic improvement, since a higher HDL is linked to a lower risk of heart disease. My triglycerides also dropped from 140 mg/dl to 120 mg/dl. Now, I have to be clear. This is my personal N of 1 experiment. But my results seem to align with what a lot of modern research suggests. For many people, dietary cholesterol has little negative impact on blood work and can even improve the ratio of good to bad cholesterol. So what's the verdict after a month of eating 90 eggs? For me, this experiment shattered the old cholesterol myth. My health markers didn't just stay stable, they actually improved. My good cholesterol went up, my triglycerides went down, I lost a bit of weight without trying, and my energy was fantastic. Does this mean everyone should start eating 3 eggs a day? Not necessarily. We are all different, and if you have pre-existing conditions like diabetes or high cholesterol, you should absolutely talk to your doctor. This journey proved to me that the widespread fear of eggs is likely based on outdated science for many healthy people. Eggs are a nutrient-dense, affordable food packed with protein, vitamins, and critical nutrients like choline. The real takeaway here is to stop fearing the egg itself and start paying more attention to what you eat with it. A veggie-packed omelet is a world away from fried eggs and processed meat. This was about more than food. It was about questioning what we're told and finding the truth for ourselves with real data. If you found this little health experiment interesting or surprising, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss whatever 30-day challenge I take on next. Thanks for watching, and here's to making our health decisions based on science, not fear.